fabricating it. And then we will follow up after the fact and make a video talking about all the different ways in which people, not just celebrities, can sell their soul, to be able to make this more realistic for people to understand and get a grasp of, instead of just seeing it as this mythical thing that people only talk about figuratively speaking and not ritualistically. Well, I have a story for you all today that is going to blow your mind. It is number one, it is the best example I've ever heard of.
Bro, I believe this too, that this is probably like one of the best examples too. But bro, X when he was first starting his career, bro was demonic. Like, you could see the demons in his eyes, bro. The things that he would rap about, the things that he would do. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of divided, because I know there was a good part of him in his soul, but I also know that there was a really, really troubled part in his soul. I feel like he was just in a constant battle within himself. So if you look at it in a Jungian perspective, right, you have your shadow, and then you have yourself, or I don't really remember how Jung describes it, but I feel like he just, in the beginning of his career, he just let his shadow overtake like his whole being, and then that's how he blew up. And then after, when he blew up, he started to manage like more in a yin yang type of way. Like, he balanced his being a lot more. But yeah, you could tell he was going through some shit crazy. I don't know about him selling his soul though. I never seen like him actually like selling his soul, or him directly saying selling his soul. So I wonder what this guy's about to say.
Maybe outside of DMX, Michael Jackson, and maybe a couple of other people, which, by the way, I have videos coming on them. Just give me time. Michael Jackson is one of the highest sorcerers in the history of music, and it's not even close. But
I do believe that as well. I do believe Michael Jackson, even though like a lot of people, I love Michael Jackson, bro. I'm like Michael Jackson's not number one fan, but I'm definitely up there, man. I love me some Michael Jackson. But I do think that's part of the spell. And then all the imagery behind Michael Jackson, it's kind of obvious, you know. If you think about the imagery, if you're not persuaded by the illusion and lost in the illusion of Michael Jackson, there is a lot of things about him that are they're questionable. There's a lot of things that are questionable. And I saw another video by this guy, and he mentioned that Michael Jackson, he went against the industry after he had problems with them. So he didn't have a problem with the industry in the beginning. Him having problems with his dad, you know, that's a different thing. But he loved the industry, you know. The industry blew him up, made him who he is. But he had problems with them after the fact. After they wanted or after he wasn't complying with the industry and he realized that he wasn't able to do whatever he wanted to do. That's when he had problems with it. So, yeah, man. There's a lot of hidden things behind Michael Jackson, bro. There is. Michael Jackson is interesting case, even though he makes damn good music, but that's just all part of the spell.
I digress. XXXTentacion. This guy has one of the creepiest and craziest stories I've ever heard of in my life, and I've been waiting to find the time to talk about what happened to this guy and what this guy was delving into and what he believed in. And if you ever struggle to understand if this stuff was real, it doesn't matter if you believe if people can sell their soul or not, if it's their soul to sell or not. What matters is that they believe this, and they pledge allegiance to these organizations and these entities and these ideas and these beliefs and these spiritual ideologies, and they pay the price for it. And there's going to be no questions by the end of this video if XXXTentacion believed in this.
Imagery, bro. Look at the imagery. Look at the symbolism. Look at it. Oh, you gotta look at these things, bro. And everything. There's, especially in the music industry, when you're watching like all these like music videos, look at the imagery. Look at the symbolism or symbology. I don't know what's the correct word. Apparently, there's a difference in symbolism and symbology, or I don't know, something like that.
Before we delve into his story, though, I just ask, if you're new to the show, please know we're thirsty to grow. And to drink some of this water, you can help us out by liking this video and subscribing to the channel so this video can reach more people like you.
Drink some water, chat.
Don't worry, I'm going to give you a sec to hit that like button for me. I really appreciate it. All right, thank you. Without further ado, let's get into it. So let's start from the beginning, right? In the early days of his career, before he was famous, right? And he could only dream of being a popular musician. Back when We're gonna just call him X in this.
What?
What are you chewing on?
Gum. You want some or what? Well, there's kind of none.
Okay.
Alright.
Video for short. Back when X was 17, he was actually homeless. And while he was homeless, he met a guy by the name of Bruno Dickens, who was and still is, to the best of my knowledge, a popular adult film star in Florida, where X is from. But this wasn't just any regular adult film star. Not that adult film stars are regular people by any means, but it's important to know who and what this Bruno person was, what he was into, and the impact that he had on X and X's career. Bruno...
What? I forgot about this. I did know, but I forgot. And I'm not happy to remember.
...was an occultist, an open occultist, and heavily followed a person we have spoken about many times on this channel, Aleister Crowley, the self-proclaimed most wicked man in the world at the time he was alive. Many celebrities, as we've talked about, including Jay-Z, highly revere Aleister Crowley and even allegedly adhere to his religion, which is called Thelema. And for those of you who may be newer to the channel and may have not seen my videos where we've talked about Mr. Crowley, Thelema is basically a spiritual philosophy and religious system founded by Aleister Crowley in the early 1900s. And its central tenet is, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. This basically means discovering and following your true will or life purpose above all else. Thelema blends Western esotericism, ritualistic sex magic, mysticism, and elements from various world religions. And this same person, Bruno, even went...
Yeah, Aleister Crowley's a freak, bro. He's a complete freak. The thing, there was this story... I don't know if it's in whatever, the Thelema book or whatever. I don't know how people know this story. But this man, Aleister Crowley, he tried to open the 7 seals of Solomon. I'm not sure what it was. But bro had to do this spell or this ritual in the middle of a desert for several days. And he had a buddy with him, which he needed a companion, I think, for this spell. He needed someone to do something while he was doing something else. But his buddy, he made his hair into horns. And I think he would like walk around naked. I don't know. He just made the dude look like weird as hell. Let me try to look it up. Aleister Crowley and Western no Jack Parsons no Desert. Oh my god, I said dessert. Desert ritual. I think I'm just hungry. Okay, here it is. Aleister Crowley's most famous desert ritual occurred in the Sahara Desert near Algiers in 1909 alongside his disciple Victor Newberg. Crowley performed the Abyss operation to invoke Choronzon, the demonic dweller in the Abyss. The harrowing ritual culminated in Crowley becoming possessed by the demon while Nuremberg recorded the event. Yep. That's exactly what happened. And yeah, this guy would just travel around the world, like, you know, doing these rituals, doing I guess like doing spells and talking to individuals who were also involved in like these kind of things. Genius, but not in the best way. But here, I'll show you guys this image of Victor Newberg. This guy pretty much cooked out for he cooked out for Crowley. He pretty much cooked out for Crowley. He just did everything that Crowley wanted, basically. Wait, why is there no picture? Is this the wrong guy? This might be the wrong guy. Yeah, this might be the wrong guy. There's a guy, though. There is a guy who did that. Hello?
On a live stream himself and showcased a mural of the Baphomet on the wall in his house and shared with the world some very interesting thoughts about it. Take a listen.
Is it metaphorical? You know what? You're the first one to hit it on the dot. Thank you. That right there is a metaphor for myself. That's me.
Yo, I don't know what was up in the 2010s. I think from the year 2000 to the year 2000, I don't know, like 20 probably, people, well, fuck, till today, bro. To today, really. But I feel like it was more popular for those, like, from the beginning of the 2000s to 2020. It was a lot more popular. A lot of satanic, like, Baphomet, Lucifer, like, symbolism. People just loved being edgy, bro. People loved being edgy during this time, and it was bad. It was so cringe too, bro. Like, look at this shit. What kind of shit is this, bro? Why would you want this in as a mural in your room? And you think like this is like a good thing? This is like a good thing, bro. What?
I am the fucking Baphomet. Am I the devil? Nah.
But I digress. Just keep this in mind about Bruno because it is extremely important and relevant to the X story for later in this video. Well, there was a popular series that Bruno was doing at the time called Groupie Lust that consisted of many popular Florida rappers shooting scenes with their fans. Bruno was also a part of a Florida group called Members Only, and this only made him more popular. So of course X, with aspirations of becoming this huge star musician, wanted to be a part of the whole movement. So according to Ski Mask the Slump God, a former close friend of X who we're going to talk about later, X would reach out to Bruno at the time to not only participate in the Groupie Lust series, but to also live with Bruno since he was homeless at the time. And Bruno agreed. And many people don't know, but X actually shot an adult scene that was never released. And he confesses this himself on the No Jumper podcast early in his career.
In the building, Bookie in the building.
You did the Groupie Lust thing, the Fat Nick did?
Of course.
You did it?
Yeah.
Did you, or did you just...
Of course I
You did. So people can go watch you.
Of course. I'm going to have fun.
You are. So you're not ashamed. You're Azers.
This is man right here. Bruno is the man. It's the future, bro.
Wow.
Bruno is the future, bro.
Well, X's girlfriend at the time, this girl by the name of Geneva, actually exposed a really strange situation that happened while she was at their house where she claimed she felt possessed after X called a fellow friend from Members Only named SB to come over to their house.
Hold up. Let me check this shit. I didn't even see it. It was like making me log in and shit. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way we got Patrick's in my Ain't no way we got Patrick's in my Discord now, bro. There's no way we got Patrick's in my Discord now. I can't believe this shit, dude. I deadass can't believe this shit. I can't believe this shit.
House to perform an exorcism on his own girlfriend.
Being possessed. I know that sounds stupid, but to me it wasn't stupid because I'll say it was really into the spiritual, like, you know? And it just backfired because Jose got on the phone and called SB.
Is that, like, I don't know, right? This might just be a personal thing, but when I think of the spiritual, right, I don't know. This is like a really debated like topic, but this is just what I think, right? I think of trying to like do things for the better. Okay, like I'm not over here like thinking about like trying to get my girl possessed or trying to do like these rituals for money or for success or for fame or whatever these things are, for yachts, for whatever, bro, for whatever. I'm not thinking about doing these like rituals for things. I just think about like what can I do to make myself like better, you know, for the sake of humanity, to humanity progress. I would do that ritual from that other stream. What ritual from the other stream?
And he was like, yo, I know your parents or your auntie do woo, come over here and try to like save this. And they came over there, had me in a room. They started putting like charcoal and like some type of rocks in my nose. They were drawing crosses on my feet.
Well, another person that was living with Bruno at one point in time exposed him on camera, revealing to the world what type of dark energy and practices was taking place at Bruno's house during the time that X was living with Bruno.
That's when they started. He was 17 years old. I was 17, 18 years old. I think I'm younger. Hanging out at Bruno's house, a whole bunch of stars. That's why X and them were like insane kids, like doing screamo. Yeah. Bruno is like, there's videos of Bruno taking X to Disney. Like people said like Bruno was kind of wanted him to be like his little, his like mini or like that. That's like they're twins or like, you know, they acted almost like. Yeah. And X admired that. It was so weird, and that's when all those allegations came out. Like he beat up this girl. That was at Bruno's house. It's crazy. No one knows that it was Bruno.
Really?
And now none of X's mom, his friends, none of those people fuck with Bruno because he really got this kid into like a bad like lifestyle.
Is he doing something else or just different artists?
Bruno?
Yeah.
Bruno's still doing the same thing he was doing. This is when X was like 17. He had like short hair. He didn't even have like the two like blonde and he was kid. Yeah. He was recording in his house. If I tell you some real shit right now, like I'm gonna tell you some crazy. Like these kids, like what I've heard, what they did at Bruno's house. Bruno did that in the house when I was there. Later on was I guess after he started living with these kids, he started doing like brujeria. Like he started doing that shit. And like these are facts. Like Wi-Fi, funeral, and all these guys would say that. Even Juice WRLD would say that he was like, yeah, like Bruno was doing like some. They were doing some weird. Even X. Supposedly they got.
Bro, oh my god, dude.
Some of the girls and did like some weird.
Yeah, they can
sacrifice. Throwing blood just on them. I don't know.
Also, one of the adult film stars, Marshall May, that participated in some of the scenes that they shot, actually not only exposed Bruno as somebody who practices rituals during his adult shooting scenes, with or without the girls' knowledge, attempting to sacrifice the souls of women, claiming that he had a pentagram under his bed that would assist in him harvesting the souls of every woman he had intercourse with. But she also exposed X for doing the same thing.
He started, the guy that had the model house, he was a male talent too. I actually can't stand him. His name's Bruno. He does some satanic shit now with the girls.
That's on Google Plus, right?
Yeah, you know him?
Yeah.
See you, JV. See you tomorrow, man. And tomorrow I'll stream earlier.
Okay, well,
like I met him times like in clubs and stuff.
He's a known ground. He sacrifices a girl's soul and he f***s them on top of his bed. Because he has like the gates of hell pentagon drawn underneath his bed. And he sacrifices a girl's soul on top of the bed when he f***s them. So, let the world know that, because that is some real demonic shit. That's not cool. And that revolves around XXXTentacion too, because
like that whole like scene and stuff is like, you know, in
XXX does the same thing.
For real?
Yeah, he sacrifices his best friend's soul, Ski Mask. Sacrifices his soul. It's real.
X can even be heard at one of his concerts telling the crowd something that is 100% one of Aleister Crowley's teaching.
You know what's wild? I think that's why Ski Mask and X had their like beef where like they said they weren't friends with each other because Ski Mask he wasn't fucking with X because X was doing like these things. I think he said in a tweet way back then, he said that he tried sacrificing his soul, or he sacrificed his soul or whatever. I remember that.
Listen, I want to say something to you guys. So listen, no matter what anybody tells you, each and every individual in here is a star. All of you are here.
Well, while living at Bruno's house in 2015, and as a reminder, this is before X's career took off and he became this global phenomenon. This is still early on in 2015, right before his career took off. I want you all to take a listen to some lyrics to one of the songs that he released. And this song is called I Spoke to the Devil in Miami. He said everything would be fine, where he details a supposed deal he made with the devil. And it reads, bite of your apple, give me all you can offer. Now I'm trapped in a changing maze, setting my soul ablaze. Couldn't control the peace. Where is this going, hey? Heartless is recklessness. It's word of a pacifist to the word of a masochist. I'm off the map, my lord. I spoke to a Baphomet. He said he would save me if I gave him one thing he needed. What is this thing? What is this thing, I pleaded? Boy, it's the key to even, yeah. And as I spoke, my fangs were shown. Taken aback, he smiles and tells me, what you crave will soon be yours. What I crave is already mine. Anima Vesta, anima. Anima Vestra, anima. What does anima Vestra mean? It is Latin and it means your soul. But I want to go up here just a sec so we can, for those of you who don't know, it's word of a pacifist to the word of a masochist. I'm off the map. Pacifism is the philosophy of anti-violence, whereas masochism is a psychosexual disorder that entails seeking pleasure off of unpleasant emotions like humiliation or sorrow. This will be very relevant and interesting. This will be very relevant for you all to remember for later, because this is where things get the dark as you'll hear all video. Back in October of 2016, X was actually locked up for an altercation he had with that same girl I mentioned earlier, Geneva, his ex-girlfriend. And it would be something he did while he was in jail that may have been the final act to catapult his life and his music career into superstardom. While incarcerated, X's song Look at Me blew up, and Ghazi, who was the CEO of the Empire label, signed him to a record deal immediately. This is the same Ghazi that will later share, after X passed away, will later share that X told him that he would not live past the age of 21.
And on one incident, I had took him to Nobu. It was his first time eating at a fancy restaurant. And they pulled up, and we were sitting down eating, and he was f***ing around with the chopsticks. And we were just sitting there, and we started talking about kids. He was like, "You're gonna be a great dad." I said, "You're gonna be a great dad too someday, bro." He said, "No, I'm not." So, "What do you mean?" And he just looked me dead in the eye, and he was like, "I'm not gonna make it past 21. And then just went right back with the chopsticks, like he hadn't said a thing.
He always spoke about death and was fascinated with it, I think, since he was about 15. It's almost as if he was preparing me that he wasn't going to be here.
Well, as I was saying, while he was incarcerated, X actually...
Now, this is what I'm thinking, right? I want you guys to know my thinking process. Okay, so X, he sold his soul. Okay, let's just say that is factual. That is what happened. And that's why he gained all this money, success, fame, everything. He gained all of this. So after he gained all of this, he seemed to have calmed down and tried to do things for the better. Was there some kind of regret? Or was this his plan all along? And did he see himself like as some kind of a like sacrifice? Did he sacrifice himself for that purpose? Or I don't know, bro. I have a lot of questions. And I don't think anyone would be able to answer those questions except for probably X.
Performed a sacrifice ritual with the help of a friend over the phone, who you will hear during the phone call continuously inform X that this is a sacrifice ritual. And they did this ritual to the goddess of witchcraft, moon magic, crossroads, and magic known as Hecate, which was recorded.
They have me on the psych floor, bro. So I literally cannot make no calls, bro. I have not been able to make no fucking calls, Chris. Bro, listen, bro. I need you to listen to me closely, okay? There's a way for me to get out of all of this mess, bro. Do you have Layla's number?
Layla?
Yes. I don't know how, bro. Put money on the phone now. Put money on the phone. Put me on speaker and put money on the phone now, bro. Because I don't have.
How am I doing that? You know how to call?
How'd you do it? How'd you do it last time?
Cause when you called me, it said that I didn't have no money, so I pressed. They tell me to press 4, and I was just gonna do it now, but I was just press 0 to talk to you real quick, see what you was gonna say.
All right, listen. All right, you have the prayer from Sid?
Huh? Oh,
yeah. All right, tell it to me. And what did Sid say? Did she say anything?
She told me not to say the last part because she said that she doesn't want anything to happen to me, and you feel like it's just something that shouldn't be said about me or whatever.
All right, so how am I gonna know the last
part?
She
said so.
Oh, you gonna spell it out?
No, it's something she said.
Huh?
So I guess that was something she had to say. She told me not to say the last part.
All right, but I probably have to know the last part. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, I can spell it out to you.
All right, spell it. All right, I'm gonna go get a pen. All right, I'll be right back.
All right.
All right, hello.
Yeah.
All right, what is it? Say it.
Bro, why? How is this guy just so calm and then X is like frantic?
Yo.
Say the first part. So
hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Say it.
Summoning Hecate, goddess of crossroads, darkness, witchcraft, wisdom, and the moon. Please come to me, please.
Right, tell me how to spell the name. Summoning.
The H word.
Huh?
Hecate is the H word that I was saying.
Wait, H-E?
Hecate.
Hecate.
Don't do this, guys. Don't do this. for everything, like, you got to think about life like this, right? As long as you're in like a decent position to live, don't get greedy with life. I don't think you should be like living life with this like jealousy for money, bro. Cause if you think about it, yeah, it might be nice to have like some extra, like hella extra money to whatever, buy your dream car or buy your like different whatever, like go on trips every day. But all that money creates is greed. It's more greed. Because once you have like that thing, you're going to want more. Then you're going to want even more and more and more and more. It's just going to leave you in a place that you're just never truly going to be happy. It's a hard game to play. And some people just let the money consume them. And then money becomes their god.
H-E-C-A-T-E?
Yeah, goddesses of Crossroads.
Or goddess?
I mean, yeah, goddess of Crossroads.
Goddess of Cross.
Darkness, witchcraft,
Darkness,
wisdom,
witchcraft.
and the moon.
Wait, hold on. Darkness, witchcraft, wisdom, and what?
And the moon.
And the moon.
Please come to me.
Huh?
Please come to me.
Please.
Please come to me. Please. Hecate.
Please come to me. Please, Hecate.
Yeah.
Please.
Protect me and bring me freedom.
Protect me and bring me freedom.
Through this sacrifice.
Bring me freedom through this sacrifice.
So is a person that he sacrificed this dude on the phone who's telling him the spell?
Through the sacrifice, okay.
Treat me as if one of your own.
Treat me as one of your own.
And give me all that is needed.
Your own. And give me all that is needed.
Yeah. Hecate.
Bro, why am I hearing like two different kinds of music? Like it's his music and then it's like some Call of Duty ass.
Surround me in your darkness.
H-E-C-A-T-E, right? Okay.
H-E-C-A-T-E. Surround me in your darkness so that I can bring forth my light.
So that... Listen, if I have to call back, I want you to put like $50 on the phone, okay? So that...
I'm gonna try because I don't know how much. I'm gonna try it and see how much you got on it.
So that I may what? I may.
So that I can bring forth my light.
So that I may bring forth or can bring forth.
So that I can.
So that I can bring forth my light.
Yeah.
Is that
Accept this sacrifice.
I'm
gonna just spell out the rest because I don't know what else you wanted me to say. So.
Is there a lot left or no?
It's just a few sentences, like it's like a sentence, so...
Alright, hey, listen.
Ready?
So that I can bring forward my light. So that I can bring forward my light. I accept the sacrifice? Okay. Okay, I accept the sacrifice.
I-G-I-V-E. I'm just spelling first. I-G-I-V-E. Y-O-U.
Y-O-U.
A-L-L.
A-L-L.
O-F.
O-F.
Yeah, M-Y.
M-Y.
D-E-M-O-N-S.
Wait, what? Oh, D-E-M.
D.
Okay.
F-O-R-E-V-E-R.
Wait, F-O-R. F-O-R.
E-V-E-R. I-N.
I-M?
I-N.
I what?
I-N.
I-N, okay.
E-X-T.
E-X-H.
Bro, this thing forever, bro.
E-X-T-H.
E-X-T. E-X-C-H.
A-N-G-E.
Yeah. The number, so F-O-R.
F-O-R. Yes.
M as in mom, Y.
Y.
F-R-E-E-D-O-M.
O-M, okay.
S-O.
Huh?
S as in snake, O.
O.
M as in mom, O-T-E.
Wait, S-O-M?
M-O-T-E.
S-O-M?
No, it's so, and then
So?
M-O-T-E.
So, wait, so is that word together or?
No, it's just so, and then the next, just erase it.
Wait, so S-O-M-O-T-E?
Yes.
M-O-T-E.
Yes, that's what it says. I mean, she sent me a picture. And then it B.
Huh?
And then it B after that.
I-T-B-E?
No, I-T-B-E, yeah.
I-T-B-E.
This call is from the Miami-Dade Turner Guilford Knight Correctional Center.
So it's F-O-M-O-T-E-I-T-B-E.
Yeah, unless you, like, messed it up. It looks like a T, like, for a fact, because I'm zooming in.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
As you can hear, X is told to end the ritual with the phrase, "So mote it be," which is literally a Freemason or Masonic phrase. The strangest thing about all of this, though, is that just 2 months after he was released from jail, the sacrifice that he owed would allegedly take place with a young woman named Jocelyn Flores, who reportedly herself within.
Dude. Oh my, it just all came together, bro. Oh my, and that's why he was so, like, that's why he was so attached to it. That's why he felt that so much. That's why he lived with that, because it was him, bro. What?
A day of meeting the rapper.
There's no way, it just sucks when it gets to a point to where there's no way to change what happened. There's no way for me to bring this girl back. It just sucks when it gets to the point to where you can't do anything.
And the story goes, she was supposed to be doing some sort of work with X. He flew her out, and they, I guess, became romantically involved. And then within 24 hours, she was dead. That's literally what happened. You can Google this story.
Dude.
And then X can be seen in this music video for his song Sad, just 10 days after he passed away, attending his own funeral, which meant he foreshadowed his own death. Something that we've discussed on this channel often that seems to happen. Tupac did it, Biggie did it, Martin Luther King did it just hours before he was assassinated. And while that may seem random, it wouldn't be if you watched the Martin Luther King documentary, which I highly recommend. It's one of the best things I've ever dropped on this channel. You will 100% understand how and why this is relevant, especially when you consider Martin Luther King Jr.'s ties to people like Diddy, believe it or not. Not to mention, X also did the blonde hair ritual, which we have also discussed on this channel. Many artists and celebrities seem to go through this blonde hair phase at some point in their career. The likelihood that everyone just so happens to find this as quote-unquote fashionable or quote-unquote stylish to dye their hair blonde is extremely low, especially when you consider the context of their careers. And one of the biggest reasons I really wanted to talk about this story with X is because over the years, you know how you hear things or you see something, and even if you're not big into delving into this type of stuff, some stuff just sticks with you. And one thing that stuck out to me many years ago, before I heard any of X's music, or maybe I just only heard the song Look at Me, was this video that went viral at the time of this guy talking about how Ski Master Slum God posted on his Instagram story talking about how the fans, something to the extent of the fans could stop trying to convince him to be friends with X again because he wasn't going to do it. He didn't care because apparently X had told his fans that if Ski Master Slum God wouldn't speak to him again, then X would stop making music altogether. And so the fans were basically spamming Ski Master Slum God saying, hey, talk to X, man, talk to your friend, what's going on? And Ski Master Slum God said, I'm not talking to him, bro, because he's trying to sacrifice me. He literally said this. And one of the most, I know a lot of these fans are young, bro, but what I think to myself is, what do you think? What goes through your head when you hear stories?
Dude, me, like, as a young kid back then. Hold up, guys. I had the wrong thing on my soundboard. That was actually really creepy. Me, like, as a kid back then, and, you know, seeing all this go down, and, well, like, whatever. Right, like I pretty much saw this go down. I didn't think much of it, right? I didn't think much of it. I wasn't into, like, I didn't believe. What's up, Silver Cobra? I didn't believe of the weight of words and these, like, spells, and what was actually going on in the music industry. I didn't take it that serious. But seeing, like, or hearing about all these stories, and then hearing about, like, people like Crowley and people like like I was about to say Helen Blavatsky, but no. People like what's her name? Hybrimovich. Yeah, they sold themselves to the devil. Yeah, bro, and it just keeps happening and happening like again and again. But it's like the majority of people, like the normal population, they're not aware of this, right? And maybe like they don't have to become aware because imagine how many people would actually start sacrificing themselves, because some people, they just want to live for that. Like the reason for living is to want to become famous. They want to become rich. They want to bend reality itself, right? So they'll start doing like all these rituals. They'll just start doing like all these sacrifices, like all these spells. So maybe it's not for the best, but I think it's important. It's important to know, I think, like what kind of industry a lot of people are heading to. I really don't think there's a lot of good artists out there. If you guys know any actual, like, if I would say like, I almost want to say like holy artist, right? But what I think that the Muslims kind of have right, and I don't know how you guys would feel about this, is that music is pretty demonic, bro. In general, music is pretty demonic. It just feels like a way. I'm music. I am music. Oh, I'm Muslim, bro. I'm over here thinking like, you're saying you're the devil. Hey, shout out the Muslims, bro. Shout out the Muslims. But that is one of the things that Muslims, I think they do have right, bro. Because all this music, bro, I thought Pink Pony Club by Chappelle Roan, I thought that was this like happy-go-lucky song, and then you look at the actual meaning and it's like, it's talking about her like dancing at a club when she was like 17 or some shit or whatever, right? It's about a strip club, but it's the lyrics kind of hide the like true meaning of it, and it has like these little ass girls like singing it. Or not even that, like some people, like maybe their lyrics are like different, but they still be doing like these rituals and like these different things behind the scenes to make themselves more successful. And sometimes people, they don't even know that they're doing these things. Sometimes their manager or whatever their label is making them do these things. It's sad, man. It's sad. It's super sad. Super predatory market. But anything, whenever you start talking about, yeah, it's super creepy. Whenever you start talking about mass amounts of money, things get sketchy really quick. Really, really, really quick. Things can get real scary. Real scary. Not saying that you have to be broke, right? You just gotta do it in a way that you're not obviously like trying to sacrifice anybody or doing these rituals, you know. Do it in the name of God. Try to do good with your money, right? The money can be devilish, but I do think you can use money for good, bro. I do think you can transmutate the purpose of things. I do believe that as well, right? Just how people use religion, right? Like, how can someone talk about religion and it be bad? Some people do that, right? Some people, they transmute the love for religion into a bad thing, to create division, to make you think, or to use it for their purpose to do evil, or like things like that, right? Yeah, halal way is what we call in Islam to make honest money. Yeah, bro. Muslims, man, that's why I hate all this like Muslim talk that like, oh, they're terrorists, and that's just the propaganda that they going on in America, right? That I know of. I don't know how it is like in all these other countries. I don't know what's the global consensus on what they think of Muslims, but I just know in America we're supposed to hate Muslims, right? But like, I took my time to learn about the Muslim religion, and like some things I like, some things I don't like, but that's me with everything, right? And that's people with everything. So I do like the halal. I'm terrorist to people in the Western world, bro. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad, but that's like the propaganda that they have going on now, and not everyone's like us. I'm gonna just say like us, right? Because if you watch the channel, you're kind of more of a, you think beyond the first layer, right? You think beyond the first layer. You're thinking into the third, you're thinking into the fourth, and you're thinking into the fifth, like whatever, right? You're thinking beyond the common thought. Yeah, bro. Oh my god, dude. That's sad, bro. That's sad. Yeah, there's also good people out. I agree.
Like that. He's saying that some person that's supposed to be his friend is trying to sacrifice him. And he's saying he's going to keep his distance because he's not going to be your sacrifice. Which reminds me of another Florida rapper named Jackboy who did the same exact...
Yeah, bro. Florida's something, man. Florida is... They just got all these... I'm going to just say super interesting people. Super interesting people. But you also got to think about this, guys. What is the atmosphere of like Miami or Florida? What is Florida known for? These fake ass girls, right? With BBLs, plastic all over the face. Men who just want to pursue these girls, and they're there to pursue money. Mass amounts of money, where they want to be around these kinds of people to network. It's just a highly, man, it's a corrupted society. Corrupted in every way, I would say. Every way. A lot of these countries are just corrupted as well.
Thing with Kodak Black. Jackboy came up with Kodak Black, and at some point they split. Jackboy goes on social media and says, no matter what y'all say, I'm not coming back around that dude because I don't care if he's my friend. I don't care what the fans say. That dude is trying to sacrifice me, bro. It's a lot of weird stuff happening around him. It's people that's dying around him. I don't want to be around no voodoo, no nothing. I'm going to keep my space.
Come on, man. You talking about everybody. No, you have money, whoa. I can't go against a guy got money because he's still trying to make it out the hood. So they, oh yeah, he a real ass. You pinch his nipples. You ain't no real ass. You ain't no soldier. You pinch. Man, I'm glad I ain't was around for that. Then Donald Trump let you out on some wild party. Boy, you ain't about to sacrifice me, boy. I ain't hanging around your ass. You talking about pull up. I don't want to hang out with you, boy.
And the weirdest part of all of that is Kodak Black, XXXTentacion.
Bro, tell me one thing that man said. Tell me one thing that man said. I didn't understand anything that boy said.
Not only are both from Florida, but they collaborated and knew each other and came up around the same.
Yeah, bro. And also, Haiti, super interesting country, by the way. I think it is like a Santeria or voodoo. A voodoo. Like they really like voodoo in Haiti, and then in Cuba they really like Santeria. Super interesting.
Time, and they both have friends who are saying that they're going to keep their distance and protect themselves because they feel like these friends of theirs are trying to sacrifice them. I mean, I don't really know what other proof you need than the XXXTentacion story. Because this is one of the saddest stories of, again, it doesn't matter if you believe that if we own our own souls or if God owns our soul and if it's ours to sell or not. What matters is if these people really believe this and if they buy into these concepts, because there's just too many coincidences, which is why I name my series More Than a Coincidence.
That's true. That's true. And I also think intent has a lot to do with it. If you really believe it, I think you can. Maybe you can't sell it, right? But I do think you can invoke these different things. And not in a positive way. Well, you might think it's a positive way because it's benefiting you, but they want their cut at the end, bro. And that cut can be your life, someone else's life. It's no good, bro. Just stay away from it. Also, this frame is insane.
All these coincidences that just stack up. I make videos like this to with the ounce of a chance be able to reach at least the young population, because a lot of us who are older, we'll get it a lot easier and we'll accept this information a lot more easier than our younger generations. But I just hope I'm able to reach the right people, or at least the right person, to say, if you aspire to be in the music industry, if you aspire to be these people, you have to understand, I spoke about Martin Luther King earlier, you have to understand that The reason why I talk about celebrities isn't about gossip, as I've said many times on this channel. It's deeper than that. And those of you who are committed to this channel, you know that we go deeper than that. What I'm talking about is these celebrities have replaced who Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, James Baldwin, all these different people who were supposed to represent something or whatever they were supposed to represent, what the general population thought they were supposed to represent, have been replaced now with celebrities and musicians and athletes, especially in the black community. And I need to pull back the curtain and let people understand it's the glitz and glamour is all for show. There's other stuff you have to do. There's a reason why you hear songs you like. I can rap better than that person. I can make better music than that. I know somebody in my church choir that sounds better than this person. What makes them so special to where they get these opportunities? And there's a lot of other stuff that goes on behind the scene where they have to pledge an allegiance to certain things, support certain things, support certain people, stay silent on certain matters at the expense of you, to trick you, to mislead you, to misguide you. Because this is a spiritual fight. This is not physical. Remember, everything that we see is temporary. Everything that we can't see is eternal, which means it's spiritual. Y'all hop in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think, man. Pray for everybody mentioned in this video.
Man, yo, this was an insane video, bro. Insane video by DD. DD got a podcast, man. Go check him out. He has a lot more videos like this. I've been watching a lot of his videos for the past, like, 3-4 days, so...